Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer and Mark here, back with another Star Wars action figure review. And I have another figure from the Vintage Collection, the last wave of the Vintage Collection, at least for now the last wave. When it's coming back, don't know, but I'm sure it'll be back at some point. But anyway, I got a really great figure, one of the picks of this wave, one of the best figures, definitely of this wave, and very long awaited. I think people are really excited for this figure, the Emperor's Royal Guard. Very cool figure. There's a lot going on with this figure, lots of accessories and details and whatnot. And we're going to just ever so slightly move him across. We'll show you the card back. Again, you have the Return of the Jedi logo, blue background with the Emperor's Royal Guard, which is the character name. The Kenner logo, and a very cool image, very cool still image from the film. You get a really kind of almost a real close-up image of this guy. You can see a bunch of other Imperials in the background, troopers and whatnot. A little different than the original card back, and I'll show you that in a moment. I'm going to flip this around. And you'll see, again, using the throwback of the old layout, 12-back layout, with the other figures, or some of the other figures that are in this line. Some have been reviewed already, some will not be reviewed. A lot of these I have. These have all been reviewed, these figures here. Nikto, Oddball, Royal Guard I'm doing right now. Ahsoka, Obi-Wan are staying on the card. Weequay will get a review soon. Lumat will get a review. Nine Num I just did. Again, we have the Vintage Collection description, which I will turn this off. We will pan across. Again, as usual, feel free to read the description if you'd like. Okay. We have the brilliant Luke and Leia New Hope logo with the Star Wars silver wraparound. Always love that. Vintage Collection vehicles. We got the Hasbro, StarWars.com. Okay. Very cool. Alright, on to the figure. Now this is a very cool figure, and lots of there are some pluses and minuses, some detractors, but we're going to go over everything. First off, you have the accessories of this figure, which this is the first figure. You have a bunch of accessories. You have sort of two looks. You have this, the classic look, and then you have the basic Crimson Empire inspired look of this character. This is the look that we're used to seeing in Return of the Jedi, in the Emperor's throne room on the second Death Star, and we see as he arrives from the Imperial shuttle. Very cool. I want to go over this first, this little force pike or staff. It's very nice. It's nicely sculpted and detailed and painted. It is one thing I don't like at all. It's very soft plastic, like rubbery plastic. And it would have been nicer if it was a more harder plastic. It just doesn't look, it just makes it not look as good as it could be with it being, so flexible like that. It's very nice. He can hold it in his hand on the grip here, but of course, it's meant to be held more of like, I think the Power of the Force 2 figure did it better, where you just kind of slot it in and he could fit it. That's how they hold it. That's how we see them hold it. And you just have to have they're sort of rested in. You can do it better than that. I'm just doing it real quick just to show you. Show you, this guy he's all red. Very nice cloth robe, which is removable. It's very nicely done. It's a soft material. It's okay. And we can show you I'll give you a close-up on the helmet, which is removable, and you can see you could fit the other accessories on, which kind of gives you kind of two figures in one, which is very cool. Another problem I have with this figure is this helmet is it's very loose. It comes off very easily. They should have found a way of getting it so it stays on there better. I don't know, but it's very cool. Okay, here I'm going to put the camera down here for a moment and show you this robe. It's a little easier if you take the head off, but you can. There we go. Okay, so there's the robe. Now if you take the head off, it's easier to do, but for this purposes it's real quick. Okay, and it's very nicely made. Okay, now we have here is what he looks like underneath, and it's a nice head sculpt. Again, people that are more familiar with the Crimson Empire, well, no, I'm not sure if this is based on a character from those comics. I've never read those comics, so if anyone knows, I'm sure you could let me know. And I know about the characters, but I don't know if this is supposed to be, if this head sculpt is based on one of those characters. So I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But here you see what it looks like underneath the robes. You still have this part, which is not removable. Go down, and like I said, it's all red, except for underneath. You see here the Imperial logos. So one on the back and on either shoulder. Okay, nice head sculpt. So you have articulation goes as follows. You have a bulge on your neck, bulge shoulders, bulge elbows, swivel at the wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips, bulge knees, and bulged ankles. And again, they did a nice job of hiding the hinges on the shoulders and the elbows. And I mean, the figure is all red, so again, the hinges are hidden. I mean, obviously you can still see them, but they're not as easy to find as we've seen in many other figures before. So it's, again, hopefully Hasbro will continue to do that, because that's a nice feature that they're doing. So I want to make sure I'm giving you a nice look at the head sculpt. Very nicely done. So now we're going to put the camera down again, and we're going to show you his other look. He has this piece here, which I think I'm doing this right. I believe I'm doing this properly. Okay, so you have this piece here, which goes, and then you have this helmet. Now this fits nicely, and it fits much better. And then you have this long staff here, which that fits. Now this is a much cooler look, and it fits. The accessories fit a lot better on this. He can hold this in both hands or the one hand, and it's a very nicely sculpted and painted weapons. Look at this. That's very cool. I would not want to be on the business end of this bad boy. Very cool. Nicely well done. Okay, you will see here a working holster in which he has his other accessory is this little blaster pistol, which is very similar, or in fact I'm sure it's the exact same thing as the pistol that we see with the Biker Scout. So nice little pistol, fits good in his hand, fits well in the holster. So this is a very cool look. I think I like the classic look more, just because I'm just more of an OT guy, original trilogy guy. One other thing I wanted to show you with this is my original vintage Emperor's Royal Guard, and you see the difference in the card back. I tried to take it out of this case, but this figure is really nice. It's unpunched. It's very nice, and it's really tight in this star case, so I couldn't get it out, and I did not want to risk damage it. So you can see the difference, and they used different images. I'll move the figure over a little. So they use different images for the card backs. Some people like that, some people don't. You know, a lot of the times with these vintage collection figures, they reproduce practically the same the original card back, which is part of the allure of the vintage line, the vintage collection line. But instead they went for this image, which is called, not sure why. I'm sure Hasbro or someone in Hasbro would be able to tell us why, but this is a cool image too. So it'd be nice to see this image re-represented. But given I have the actual vintage figure, I don't need to see it twice, so I'm fine with that. So there you go. So there are the two card backs, and that, of course, the original figure. So, yeah, there is awesome, awesome figure. Again, there are some, as I said, some bad points about this figure. Like I said, this helmet is very loose on the head. It comes off very easily. So if you move it around too much, it's going to fall off a lot. And this weapon should have been used. They should have used like a harder plastic. So it's a little too flexible and flimsy looking. So not a huge fan of that. But I think in general, you know, if you take a little time, you pose him right, and he'll look just fine. In general, this is such an amazing figure. People are going to want to pick this one up. You're going to want one on the card. You're going to want at least two loose, so you can have him flanking the Emperor. If I can get a hold of a couple more, which is going to be tough because these figures are online only. That's why, you know, I'm not sure. I wasn't completely sure if I wanted to open this figure because it looks so great on the card. The card back is awesome, but I wanted to do this review. I wanted to be able to review this figure for you guys. So, hey, if I can get a hold of another one, keep on the card, I would love to do that. You know, they're gonna go. These figures are gonna go online individually for like crazy numbers. I'm sure eBay they're out of control already, I'm sure, with these figures. So if I could find an online place that has it for a decent price by itself, I may try and pick one up one day. But for now, I'm good having the one. That's why I saved the card backs now. I didn't used to, but now I save the card back. So definitely a cool, just super cool figure. Cool isn't enough to describe it. Definitely worth picking up. This is one of the top picks. You have this figure and the Republic Trooper. I think definitely the two top figures that people are going to be excited for. So absolutely pick this up if you can get your hands on it. If you get a decent price, please don't go on eBay and don't spend $40, $50 for this guy. As cool as he is, he's not worth that much. Don't do that. I would ask you to not do it. Look for a decent price. You know, go online. There's various retailers where you can get this, but it's an amazing figure. It's greatly detailed, great accessories, greatly sculpted. You know, again, a couple minor gripes, but I can live with them. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this review. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. You know. To my next review. May the force be with you. So long. Have a good day.